Hello everybody, welcome back to Vegan Cooking with Samantha. Today from our lovely Vegan Cooking for Two, we are going to make a breakfast. And this is from America's Test Kitchen. These are not my recipes, I'm just making them. And if you hear any music, I don't own the rights, I just cannot cook in silence. All right, today we are making no-bake cherry and almond bars. As the recipe is written, each serving is 240 calories, about 12 grams of fat, 29 grams of carbs, and 6 grams of protein. So it is pretty much a simple recipe, and I don't think it should take us very long to make it. But what we need is a 4 by 12, not 12, hello, 4 by 8-ish, 4.5 by 8.5 pan, and we gotta line it with plastic, which we've done here. We're also going to be using some dried cherries, some pitted dates, raw almonds, some ground cinnamon, and some table salt. And because I can't do anything exactly how the recipe is written apparently, we are going to add some melted chocolate on top, and I might even put some chocolate chips in. We'll see. Okay, so while I'm chopping up my dates, I had one because I love dates, and it made me remember that when we, my husband and myself, were in Dubai, when we lived there, we used to every weekend, almost every weekend, we'd go get a pack of dates and eat the crap out of them. So, the fact that I now have leftover dates in my house is going to very much test my willpower, because I love dates. They're so yummy, yummy, yummy. These ones that I'm using right now are medjool dates. I don't really know the difference between all of them. I do know that medjool dates are softer, so they're not like as dried out as the other ones. But in preparation for this recipe, I actually got 2 kinds of dates, because apparently I'm a masochist and I like to torture myself. So I have a bunch of dates in my house. So what we're gonna do, now that these are all chopped, we've got our cherries, which are really good, by the way. We're going to soak those in hot water, and our dates. This, I am guessing, is so that when we put them in our food processor, yes, we are using our food processor again. When we put them in the food processor, they're going to turn this mixture into as gooey-ness of it needs to be in order to hold its form. So, Alexa, set timer for 10 minutes.
Good afternoon, Samantha. 10 minutes, starting now.
Okay, it says 5 to 10 minutes, but we're gonna do 10 minutes. So I'm gonna let that sit, and then I'm going to prepare the rest of my ingredients, and we'll be back. Okay, so we have processed our almonds, cinnamon, and salt already. It's already all finely ground. Our dates and cherries have been soaked, and then we pat them dry a little bit with paper towels. So now we're going to put the fruit into our processor and pulse it until it is forming little clumps, coming together, and our fruit is finely chopped. Well, chopped-ish. So supposed to be about 20-ish pulses. Ooh, I almost lost one. So, it's looking good. That looks pretty darn good here. And I'm actually gonna do an extra step because, oops, where is it? Because like I said, I want to be a little bit extra. So I'm actually going to pull this out and fold in a little bit of mini chocolate chips. Since we need to use a rubber spatula anyway. So, right, let's do not the entire amount. That should be good. Put this over here. Save those for another recipe. Let's just fold these in right quick so we can get them kind of dispersed throughout. Because why not add a little bit of chocolate? Who doesn't love a little extra chocolate? You sure know that I do. Mash it. Just folding and mashing in my chocolate chips, mini chocolate chips. All right, so that's good enough. Next, I am going to pop it into my already lined little loaf pan. I got this loaf pan just for this recipe. All right, I mean, kind of. I keep coming across recipes that need a little loaf pan like this. So it was time to get one instead of continuing to improvise. Same with the other next recipe I'm gonna make. We needed ramekins, but I'll talk about that there. All right, so let's smash this into our loaf pan all the way to the edges, friends. And it does say that once I've got it kind of in there, to fold over the extra plastic wrap and really pat it down. But let's get this to our edges, edges. All right. Make sure we get all of the goodness into it. I know you can't see what I'm doing. Let's see. There we go. In here. Just patting that in. Trying to get the excess off and make sure I didn't leave any on my blender, my processor thing. Okay. Fold this over, really flatten it out. So for our topping, what I am going to do is, I think we're gonna use this one. No, we'll use the dark chocolate. We're gonna top it with some dark chocolate. I'm gonna melt this and pour it over the top. So we're just gonna melt it in the microwave. So we've got it patted down, and this is where, with the recipe as it's written, if you're not putting chocolate on the top, hey, watch this. Ah, that's one way to flatten it. Oops, I just broke it. If you're not putting chocolate on the top, right here, you would put it into the refrigerator for about an hour, but I am gonna do my chocolate, so we'll be back. Alrighty, so that was easy. We've we've melted the chocolate, and because I just can't have just plain chocolate apparently, I'm going to be adding some orange extract to my chocolate because I think that would be a really good pairing with the cherries and dates. Shoop. So probably a little bit too much, but that's okay. Never too much. That's not true. So we're gonna mix this in real good. And then I am just gonna pour it. Yeah, that might be too much. Whoops. We'll see. I'm gonna pour it over the top and use my rubber spatula to make sure I get it all out. Ooh, that's a hot bowl. Woohoo. We'll see. Okay, so let's use this bowl or spatula to get this all out. Ouch. Hot bowl. I do think I might have put too much orange extract in there, because that was not the greatest flavor. It'll be all right. Now I'm just spreading it. So the recipe says to just drizzle chocolate over the top, and I'm full on coating this with the entire chocolate bar. We are just gonna go for it. Now that I've done it, I'm wishing that I used the oat milk bar, but can't take it back. Right, you need to be pressed up to the side. There we go. Okay. Get all the extras onto our foods. Okay. Right, so here it is. We've got our chocolate coated breakfast bars. This is turning it into more of a dessert, but that's okay, we'll survive. So I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator for an hour, and then we will be back after I chop them up to taste them. Super simple, super easy, and pretty darn short episode, guys. Welcome back to Vegan Cooking for Two. We are ready to taste our wonderful Samantha modified no-bake cherry almond bars. These are our bars. We've got 6. As you see, I put the chocolate on the top. Right. Take one and take a bite. Breakfast bars, except I made them into desserts. Oh yeah. Okay, so if you remember, I thought I put too much orange extract in the top. No, they're great. It's very orangey, orange chocolatey, and delicious. These are good. Almonds, dates, cherries. That's about it. Really, really easy. If you skip the chocolate on the top, they're a little healthier. But these are delicious, guys. We've got 4 more. I'll probably save them in the fridge for this guy. But see you next time.